Well, welcome back to another AIG Hockey video. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of AIG Hockey. And in this video, I'm going to show you some of the things I've been working on over the last week, introduce a new game components and a new gameplay mode. So first, we'll go through the new cards. So you can see here, these are the new team cards, and I've updated them. One, I've added a couple of new teams, so the Stars and the Rangers from 2024. But we also have the line, which line it is here. So it's first, second, third line for your forward line, first, second, third for your defenseman. The numbers haven't changed here, but I did change up the way the cards are presented a little bit. I went in, just for me, added these logos down here, so that makes it kind of cool and customized. So it'll be a little area here for you to do that. Previously that said AIG Hockey is what it said. So we have those cards and we'll be playing with those, using those. I've also updated many of the charts. So a lot of them are not going to be super noticeable or anything like that, but I've gone through and reworked a lot of the percentages. For this one, I've added a pull the goalie section, so if you ever need to pull the goalie at the end of the game, you can do that. Again, I've gone through every single chart and reworked the number of high quality shots from the crease, from the slot, and then I've also reworked the shot charts as well. So we have our normal charts here. I've gone through all of these as well and just done a little bit of cleanup. Same thing for the power plays. And just generally, there's fewer shots from the slot and the crease now, just to try to line up with NHL. I went away with a +1 on the power play. I think we were getting a little bit too much offense, a little too hot on the offense every time I played, and the same thing with the rebounds. So the rebounds are a little bit cooler here, from 14 to 20. They used to be from 11 to 20, which is about a, what is that, 11, 12, 13, so it's about a 15% change. And so those have changed just a little bit as well. And then the other part that I've been working on is just looking at, each team has been given an offense and a defense rating, and these are based off of a formula. And so I've actually gone through and applied that formula to all of the teams. So I can go through and create a formula rating like that for all the teams. So you can see Edmonton is 8 and 5. So they're a little bit more offense heavy. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to create like a period by period quick play game that you can use with the game. You can do that totally by itself, or you can use it as a part of, let's say you want to play the first 2 periods that way with a quick play, and then the third period you want to play out all the way. So let's just put a couple of teams up here. And we'll just say it's New York at Florida. Actually, let's go with the others. These are the 2 teams I'm going to play in just a moment. So let's see. You can see them both here. We'll just have them like this so we can make sure that we see them. Really, the only thing we need to know is the numbers up here. So 8 and 8, 8 and 5. And what you're going to do is we have this chart here and the quick play game. So the D20 plus a modifier gives you the goals. It gives you how many goals scored in that particular period. So we have our D20, but how do you get the modifier? It's just like in play action football. So if you're familiar with that, you take the offense from one team and you subtract it, or you compare it with the defense of the other team. If it's greater than the defense, then that team gets a +1. So these guys will get a +1 on the roll. And here the offense is 8, defense is 8, so they're even, no advantage or disadvantage. They don't get an addition to the roll. If for let's say it was this one. Let's say it was Florida, who had an offense of 7. Dallas has a defense of 8, so that's a -1 to the Panthers, and they would get a -1. So if it's less than the defense, then that team gets a -1 on their roll. So that's real basic, and that's how that works. So basically, you're looking at the chart here. So you do it that way. So right now, Dallas has a +1 advantage when they roll for the period for themselves, and there's no advantage to the Oilers. So it's a little bit of an advantage overall to the Dallas Stars, just because the Oilers defense was not great. So since the visitors are the Stars, we'll do them first in the first period. We've got a 3. That means there were no goals scored in the first period for the Stars. We have a 13 for Edmonton. That means they have a 1-0 lead after 1 period. 15 for the Stars. We add 1 and we get a 16. 16 is 1 goal, so they tie it up. And a 16 for Edmonton is another goal. They have a 2-1 lead going into the 3rd period. A 2, it becomes a 3, so no goals scored in the 3rd for Dallas. And a 20, big number, 4 goals were scored, and they have a 6-1 win in this one. So you could play that out, and you could do game 2. So we have game 2. And very quickly you can play these out. So no goals for Dallas, 1 goal in the first period. So Edmonton has a 1-0 lead after the first period. 13 becomes 14. That's still just 1 goal. 17 is 2 goals. So they have a 3-1 lead, the Oilers do, going into the 3rd. It's a 15. I don't know if you can see that very well. 15. 15 becomes 16, so still just 1 goal. And so Dallas is not going to win this one. A 12 is going to be 1 more goal. So at the end of the game, 4-2 is your final in this one. So you can see that even though Dallas has the advantage, doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna win. It just kind of gives them a little bit of a bump for that. So that's the quick play game. Again, you could play out an entire series. You can see in like 5 minutes, maybe. So it's just not very difficult to play that. But you could also play out 1 period or 2 periods and then play the full game if you wanted to do it that way. Let me take a second to get set up, and we'll play out a period and see if we can get through 1 period. All right, so we are all set up for a game between the Stars and the Oilers. We're going to use some of the new gameplay features here. Really, it's just things that are kind of reworked. It's not necessarily that anything is particularly new, except for the pull the goalie charts. So what we're going to do is we're going to do line changes. So I've got the first lines here. You can see line 1 and line 1. So we got our defensemen and our forward lines for each team. I'm going to use this to indicate, let's say it's Evander Kane, who is in the penalty box. So I'm just going to make sure that I indicate who that is. We're going to have our penalties here, and then we'll run our time here. All right, so since the home team is the Oilers, I'm going to use the blue die, which is theirs. Green for the Stars, blue for the Oilers. And I'm going to use the home dice for any neutral zone face-offs. So 7, we're just going to get this one started. So a 7 on the face-off. Visiting team wins, starts in the neutral zone. So on face-offs, I'm not doing any time off the clock. I don't know if I'll change that or not. Hopefully these new scoring opportunities or lack of opportunities is going to help kind of bring the scoring down. We're at about 8 to 12 total goals per game, and it really should be like 6 to 8 or so. For I think it's maybe 6.5 or so is the average for both teams combined. So 19 is going to be a move, quick move into the offensive zone, and we're going to get a shot here. 20 is a really good shot, so that's a breakaway. That's going to go to the highest SR rating, which for the Stars, the highest SR rating is a 3. So that's between 3 different players. So let's just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will be Jason Robertson right out the gate with a breakaway. And a 14 is a shot on goal, and that is in. And they take a 1-0 lead just like that, bam, as they get out front. All right, so 20 seconds in, and we got a goal. 10 is going to be visiting team wins again, starts in the neutral zone. Again, we'll leave that there. We get a 12. A 12 is a good move into the offensive zone. 19, excellent shot attempt from the slot. And that will be the right winger this time, Pavelski. He's a 0. 15 from the slot is a goalie save and a face-off. So he covers the puck, and we have a face-off. Let's get line 2 out there. It's been about a minute of play. We have a face-off. That's going to be a 1. It's player kicked out of the circle. 11 is a clean win for the offense. And then we're going to go to the offensive zone. So 4 in the offensive zone is sloppy play results in a penalty committed by the offensive team. A 19, a high stick to the face. Penalty rating of 2. So we have a 1, 3, 0, 4, and 4. So the 3 here, that's going to be Hakanpää. He's going to take the penalty. And we're going to be shorthanded. That's a 4-minute double minor, I think. And it says power play begins in the defensive zone. So that'll be the offensive zone for the Oilers. So power play for the Oilers. This is a new section I didn't really point out, but on the back side you can see here there's 2 sides to all of our charts. We now have power play and penalty kill charts. I'm not sure that I've gone through that before, but we have them. We also have man, I really biffed on this one. So we also have power play and penalty, or power play neutral zone face-offs and offensive zone face-off. So anytime there's a power play, we need to flip those over, and that's what we'll roll off of. So we get a 10 in the offensive zone face-off. That's a clean win with a start in the offensive zone. And on the power play, pinching defensemen get caught out of position leads to another breakaway for the opponent. So that's going to be the center, Wyatt Johnson, who's a +2, and he's going to have a breakaway. An 11 becomes a 12, 13, and a 13 on a breakaway is another goal. And just like that, wow, goodness. Quick start for the Stars. I want to call them the Mavericks. I probably will at some point. So we are, they're still shorthanded. There's a shorthanded goal, 2-0 in favor of Dallas as they jump out in this one. We get an 11. 11 on a neutral zone face-off is going to be power play team wins and starts in the neutral zone. So a 7 is a successful advance into the offensive zone. An 18 in the offensive zone is a shot attempt from the slot. That will be the right winger, Corey Perry, who's a -2. He gets +1 for the power play. So 5 -2 is 3. And 3 from the slot is a miss, and the defense starts in the defensive zone. So we get a misfire on the shot. And coming back the other way, on the penalty kill, a 1 or a 2 is a turnover that leads to an immediate shot for the opposing team. So turnover in the defensive zone, and Edmonton with the steal An 8 is going to be a shot from the point, and that will be from the left defenseman. That's Cody Ceci, or Ceci, I think. And he's got a 17 plus 1 is 18. His rating is a -2 on shooting. So a 16 from the point. 16 from the point, save made. Rebound. On a rebound, 11 is a goalie saves. There's a loose puck, and that's going to go to the defense. So a lot of stuff happening there, and it will be Dallas puck. 19, quick advance into the offensive zone, and they get a shot from the faceoff circle. So this will be who is shooting? That'll come from the right winger. So this is Logan Stankoven. He's a -2. 11 becomes a 9. 9 is going to be a save and a cover. So lots of action so far in this one. And we got a face-off. For the shorthanded team, I've just been using the regular offensive zone face-offs. 14 is a clean win. And then we go to the offensive section. On a penalty kill, power play team takes control of the puck and starts in the defensive zone. We got 2 minutes left on the power play, and it is the Oilers with the puck. 6 in the defensive zone is a successful advance, and from here they are going to make their way into the offensive zone and get set up for some sort of shot. That's a 20. That's a good one. That comes from the crease, and that will be the right winger, Corey Perry again. He's a -2. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. And from the crease, a 2 is a missed net, and the defense is going to start in their defensive zone. So some point blank shots that they are just not able to take care of here. I know we need to make a line change. Line 2 has been out there for a while. 8. Puck is cleared into the opponent's defensive zone, and maybe we can get a line change here on the fly. Actually, let's not. Let's just wait for this to. Let's wait for this power play to run out. So, starting from their own defensive end, that's going to be a strong rush that gets them into the offensive zone in one roll. And the Oilers with a 13 shot attempt from the faceoff circle. That comes from the right winger again. This is Corey Perry taking the shot. 19 becomes 17. 17 plus 1 is 18. And 18, I believe I said from the slot, right? So 18 from the slot is going to be a goal as a snapshot deflects off the stick of the right winger. So no deflection there. Corey Perry puts it in for a power play goal. Last play of the power play. And we're back to even strength. Going to bring in those third lines. And we have what left? We have 14:40 left. It's 2-1. So a little bit of scoring here in the first period. We get a 5 on the face-off. Let's get everything back to even strength. 5 on the face-off. Home team wins. Starts in the neutral zone. So Edmonton will lose the puck in the neutral zone. We get a 6. 6 is also going to be a turnover in the neutral zone. So the Oilers with the ball, with the puck, they make it successfully into the offensive zone. And let's see, they get a shot. Nope, they're going to cycle the puck. A 20 is going to be a really good opportunity from the crease for the left winger. This is Warren Fogle. He's a -1. 15 minus 1 is 14. 14, I think I said from the crease. So 14 is going to be a save made, but a rebound attempt. 6 on the rebound is a goalie save. There's a loose puck, and the defense is going to get it on the loose puck. So 13 minutes left, and there's been a little bit of an onslaught here of shots on goal, especially from the Oilers. And it is the Stars with the puck, successfully getting into the offensive zone to set up. For those sloppy play in the neutral zone results in the offensive team committing a penalty. It will be tripping on the 5th rated penalty player. So it looks like it's going to be Dadanov, I think. Evgeny Dadanov. He's going to go for 2 minutes for tripping. And it says, what does it say? Power play begins in their defensive zone. So we get a power play again. 15. Power play team wins the face-off, starts the possession in... no, that's not right. 15, clean win with an immediate shot from the point. And that shot's going to come from the left defenseman. This will be Kulak. Kulak with a 2+1 is a 3. 3 from the point is going to be a missed net. The defense starts in their own defensive zone. So this will be Dallas in the defensive zone. 6 on the penalty kill. Puck flipped into the neutral zone. Power play team starts in the neutral zone. We get a 2 in the neutral zone. That'll be puck lost and dumped into the power play team's defensive zone. Restart in the defensive zone. So moving backwards a little bit on the ice here. But they still have control of the puck. Edmonton does. This will be a strong rush into the offensive zone. 40 seconds left on the power play. 14 is going to be a shot attempt from the face-off circle. That will come from the left winger. That's Fogle again. He's a -1. So 11 plus 1 is 12. From the face-off circle is going to be a save. And that is a puck iced. We'll just leave them out here to finish up the power play. 2-1 is our score. We have 10 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first period. So things have cooled down just a little bit. We have an offensive zone face-off. 13 is going to be a clean win. And we go to the offensive zone chart. This will be a really good attempt from the crease. That will come from the center. The center is McLeod, who has a 0. 15 from the crease is a save made, but a rebound attempt. And a rebound is going to go in. That's tapped in by the left winger, Fogle. And just again, at the very end, they get a goal. And the Oilers tie it up in the first. So, we are back at even strength. 2-2 is our score here in the first period. We get a 3. Let's get everything back to even. 3 on the face-off. Home team wins. Starts in the neutral zone. And a 20 in the neutral zone. That's a quick entry with an immediate shot. So that will come from the slot. And that will be the center, McLeod again. McLeod, a 16 from the slot is going to be a save with a rebound. And that rebound attempt is a spectacular save. Not controlled, but the defense takes over in the defensive zone. So terrific save by Ettinger. And Dallas takes over in the defensive zone. This will be a good move to the neutral zone. 11, good move to the offensive zone as they get set up. A 1 is puck is turned over to the defense. And it's Edmonton with a 15 coming out of the defensive zone is good. 8:20 left in the period. 16 will be a good move into the offensive zone. And a 12 is going to be a shot attempt from the point. That'll be coming from the right defenseman, Descharnay. 12 minus 11 from the point, or 12 turns into 11. He's a -1. 11 from the point, save. Goalie saves and covers. And let's go ahead and get a line change here with our first lines. So first line out, we have a face-off from the offensive zone for the Oilers. Player kicked out. 3, offense loses the draw, and that's going to be the defense taking over in the defensive zone. 4, that's a turnover, which is going to lead to an immediate shot. That will be a shot from the face-off circle for the left winger. The left winger is Hyman. He's a +1. 5 from the face-off circle, save made. And the defense is going to start from their defensive zone as play continues forward. 5 is another turnover in the defensive zone. This time it's going to be a shot in the slot from the center. The center is Connor McDavid. He's a +1. 2 from the slot is a missed net, but they retain possession. We roll from the offensive zone charts. 7 is going to be a puck battle in the corner. That's won by Dallas. So coming out of the corner is the Stars. 10 will be a good move to the neutral zone. 5 they lose the puck to the opponent. So 6 minutes left now, and the Oilers have the puck in the neutral zone. 15 is going to be a good move into the offensive zone. A 20 is going to be a high quality shot from the crease, as it is Hyman from the crease with a +1. 19 becomes a 20, and from the crease, that is a wraparound goal from behind the net as Hyman drops it in, and that's going to be a 3-2 lead now for Dallas. I'm sorry, for Edmonton over Dallas. So, pretty good scoring opportunities here. 10 is going to be a neutral zone face-off. The visiting team wins and starts in the neutral zone. We got 5 minutes left, and the Stars have the puck. 1 will be offsides. We'll have a neutral zone face-off. 5 is the home team wins and starts in the neutral zone. 11, that's a good move into the offensive zone. 4 minutes left. Edmonton in the offensive zone. They're going to get a cycle here as they pass the puck around, pass it around a little bit more, and pass it around a little bit more as they're looking for a good shot here and just can't seem to find one. 18, that's going to be a good shot from the face-off circle. That will come from the left winger. That's Hyman again. He's a 20+1, and 20+1, actually really a 20+2. That's going to be another goal as Hyman from the face-off circle. That's a snapshot that beats the goalie, and 4 goals in the first period as the Oilers are hot. So we start from the neutral zone again. We get a 9. A 9 is visiting team wins the face-off. Starts from the neutral circle. Oh, we'll stay there. So it's Dallas, who started really hot in this game and has cooled down just a little bit. They're into the offensive zone, and the puck gets turned over to the defense. So 1 minute and 40 seconds left, and this will be a successful advance to the neutral zone. 18, good advance into the offensive zone. 1 minute left for the Oilers. 15 is going to be a good shot from the point. That will come from the right defenseman. That's Darnell Nurse, who's a -2. 2 minus 2 is a 0, so that's going to be a miss and go straight to the defense. Dallas with the puck. 6 is a good advance there, and they got one shot. Yeah, they have to have a 19 or 20 to get another shot off, and they will not. That's offensive player taken down, though, on a penalty. So a horrible penalty right before the end of the period. A 14 is going to be interference from PR3. That looks like 8, so 5. So that's Zach Hyman with the terrible penalty there. And we'll start, because it's a new period, we'll start everybody first line. So a terrible period as he gets taken down. We'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. That'll be 2 minutes, and that's going to end the first period. So quite a lot of scoring. 4-2 is the score after 1 in this game between the Stars and the Oilers. And we'll see if things settle down just a little bit. So that is 1 quarter of play, plus all of the period by period. The quick play game that I showed you before, so that's the quick play game. So you can combine those two ways of playing. You can play only the quick play game, you can play only the full play game, just kind of however you want to do it. So the game is growing and lots of new things going on. Like I said, there's a fully dedicated power play section and a fully dedicated penalty kill section. So you can see those there. There's like opportunities here on the penalty kill for both a turnover that leads to a shot, or just a quick advance into the offensive zone as they kind of shoot out from the defensive zone. It gets a little more muddied here through the neutral zone, and you get some shot attempts here if you get into the offensive zone. But definitely a better opportunity in the offensive zone for scoring, and then just the one in the neutral zone for the power play. And then also the power play face-offs. So those are a little bit different. It specifically says the shorthanded team or the power play team. We get a face-off violation here, which could bring everybody back to 4-on-4 hockey. You just have to kind of see. Or it could be 5-on-3 at that point. So that is the period, and the Stars are down by 2 to the Oilers, 4-2. And I'll probably just play the rest of this game offline, but just wanted to show you a period and show you the quick play game. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, click on subscribe. If you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. And if you like what's going on with the game, I think maybe we need to start cutting down the time just a little bit to control some things. Maybe make it 30 seconds instead of 20 seconds. We'll just have to see, because I think it's maybe just a little bit easier to pull everything together. The game will move a little bit more quickly. It flows fine, but maybe just too many shots based off of kind of a highlight take on everything. So you're not getting all the in-between plays, but we have timing like there's in-between plays. So maybe we need to make the timing a little bit more like a highlight. So if you subscribe to the channel, you're going to get notifications of new videos whenever I post them. If you want to learn more about the other games that we have, you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com. And football, baseball, basketball we have there. Working on this is AIG Hockey. There's AIG Basketball. You can download the demo for that, and you'll get 3 full seasons that you can play with that game. Kind of a quicker playing basketball game, but it has individual cards, but super easy to play with just a couple of D6 dice. And again, trying to replicate the flow of basketball, sort of the back and forth. These flow sports are hard that way, but trying to do that. Same thing, AIG Tennis, AIG Golf. These are games that you can find here on the channel that I've introduced. I've shown how they work, and if you're interested in those, you can reach out to me at clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com, and you can ask to be able to play that if you want to play this game here and test it out and give me your feedback. That would be great. I've had lots of great feedback for the baseball game, this hockey game, the tennis game, everything. So you all as a community have been awesome in helping to shape this. This has been completely and totally shaped excuse me, by the community of hockey gamers, because I'm telling you, I like hockey, I'm familiar with hockey, but a lot of this stuff going more in depth like this just is not my thing. I just wouldn't know where to start or how to get into it. So that's been super helpful. I've learned a lot. I've done a lot of research online, and that's been helpful as well. So, but just going through, how to do line changes and what are strategies for line changes, like that sort of detail work within the game, I don't understand. I understand kind of how line changes work, but I don't really know the strategy behind line changes and who do you start and who do you bring in and that kind of stuff. So when there are penalties, what happens? I don't always know exactly what happens on penalties. So I'm looking up a lot of things on penalties and line changes, that type of thing. Whenever the puck goes out of play, what happens. So the entire hockey gaming community has been really awesome about that. Everyone who's tried it has given me some good feedback on it, and it seems like people are enjoying it up to this point. So if you'd like to try it, you can email me at clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com. All right, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.